Marley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Wednesday, July 19th. So we have the moon in Leo all day. And of course, we had the moon in Leo here yesterday, but a lot of the more difficult, challenging aspects really put a damper on what the moon in Leo is supposed to provide us with, which is boldness and bravery and confidence and clarity and truth and empowerment. We're really, really looking to align with our heart space, to really stand in our power and really express ourselves thoroughly and tap into new creative energies that will provide us with a path, with a direction on how it is that we want to move forward. Now, there are 6 different aspects here today. All 6 of them are going to involve the moon, which essentially makes this a moon day. This means that it is going to be an emotional refinement type of day. This is also kind of mixing in the energies with the rulership of Wednesdays, which happens to be Mercury. So we have an opportunity here today to get our heart and our head on the same page. 6 different aspects. That means that it's relatively quiet in the cosmos. It's giving us a little bit of a time to adjust to these new energies, to really get the lay of the land. And today we are definitely going to tap into more of the positive aspects of the moon in Leo. So right out of the gate, we have the moon in Leo getting into the boxing ring and squaring off with Jupiter. Jupiter, of course, is the planet of growth, expansion, beliefs, abundance, blessings. It's really our higher wisdom, our spiritual knowing, if you will. Now, although the square is a tension point, a point of conflict, and I know I just finished saying that, we were going to have a relatively good day. The squares are necessary. Conflict is necessary. Tension is necessary. Debating pros and cons are necessary. And what we're getting here is an opportunity to see the decisions and the choices that we have. We can continue to stay on the path that we are on and kind of, do whatever it is that we're doing, play it small, kind of dim our light, really kind of, make extra effort and energies in order to fit in with other people. Or we could decide to tap into the power of the moon in Leo and recognize where it is that we were meant to stand out. We were meant to shine a very bright light in this world. But in order to do so, we have to stand in our power, stand in our truth, dance to the beat of our own drum if necessary, because most times, often than not, we have to go on a solo adventure. And especially now with the nodes in the Aries and Libran axis, we are going to be more independent, more on our own, more self-reliant than ever before. So this tension point is offering us an opportunity and a choice point to see what it is that we want to do from here. Jupiter being in this Taurus energy for the next, I'm going to say year-ish, it takes us into May of 2024, offers us a visual on how it is that we are going to change our physical realms. The opportunity to create more abundance, to more love, more happiness, more joy, more pleasure. We do that by taking a grounded approach, adding logical, practical, strategy in the realm of our big visions, of our big ideas. And this is a perfect time to really tap into this new creative energy that the moon in Leo brings in for us to see where it is that we can start. Probably very low and slow, but where we can start really identifying where it is that new passions, new excitement, new passion projects, new goals, new dreams, new visions are actually coming into the realm of our inner selves. And then we get to, again, add the logic and practicality on how it is that we're going to build a plan and a strategy on what it is that we're going to pursue from here. The moon is then going to interact with Neptune. Neptune, of course, retrograde in its place of power in this Pisces energy, has us all up in the feels. Now, keep in mind that Neptune being retrograde kind of limits the amount of time that we're able to live in la la land, the amount of time that we're able to really spend in our inner realms to conjure up a vision, a goal, a dream, a plan on where it is that we want to go in the future. Instead, we have to kind of get our head out of the clouds, so to speak, and deal with the here and now, deal with the details of our lives that aren't so happy-go-lucky, really confront the things that we've been avoiding, running away from, really not wanting to deal with. This is a necessary time in closing of the doors, because that's what Pisces energy is. It brings endings and closures. We have to close the doors on some things so that we can get back to really conjuring up where it is that we want to go and moving forward. So the moon in Leo kind of interacting with Neptune in this way, yes, it's allowing us to kind of move into La La Land for a very short amount of time, to conjure up a vision and a dream that feels good to our heart space, that feels like we're living in our truth, that feels like we're tapping into new creative energies that will put us in a situation and a position to decide what it is that we have to do in the here and now, to break away, to detach, to close the door on, clean up some of the messiness, some of the debris, of the fallout of the old systems, the old structures, the old relationships, the old version of self that we are collapsing, in order to create ourselves with a clean space, a clean slate, to go ahead and start building the new vision, the new dream. Now, the moon in Leo is going to come up to, bump into, sit next to, team up with Mercury. Mercury is in Leo energy. We love this. Why? Because Mercury rules over Wednesdays. And because this is a moon day with all aspects involving the moon, like I mentioned, this is an opportunity for us to get our heart and our head on the same page. This is another opportunity for us to add an extra layer on top of what it is that we've already been working on, already building, in order for us to feel like our heart and our head is in alignment. Now, granted, we are thinking very big. We have a lot of big ideas. We have a lot of big visions, a lot of big dreams. With Mercury being in Leo energy. Go ahead, listen to the astro forecast if you need to remind yourself on what this particular transit is all about. But the moon in Leo energy is how it is that we're interacting with some of these thoughts, how we're kind of evolving through our emotional processes in order for us to get in alignment and really decide, really agree within ourselves that, yep, this is something that's calling my name. Yep, this is something that I'm excited about. Yep, this is something that I'm passionate about. This is something that I'm going to have to pursue. The moon then goes ahead and trines beautiful energy with Chiron, the wounded healer. We get the trine because, of course, the moon in Leo energy is a fire sign. Chiron is in Aries energy, a fire sign. And so when fire works together, what we get is, first off, we're being kind of dried off, if you will, of some of the emotions that many of us almost drown under, especially as we kind of revolved around that new moon in Cancer energy. So we get a dry off. Then we get inspired. Then we get motivated. The fire energy is initiating. It pumps us up. It fires us up. It helps us to burn away the cords, the connections, the attachments to whatever it is that's holding us back. And it lights a fire not only in our heart space, but under our ass to get things going. So because Chiron is the wounded healer, and this is a positive interaction, we're tapping into the positive qualities of this particular aspect, which is we are confident, we are optimistic, we feel the opportunity to grow, to heal, to improve our situations, our circumstances, our reality. The moon then goes ahead, makes a positive interaction with Neptune once again, who is going to inspire us that much further, download us with psychic and intuitive insight, really give us a sense of knowing that we are on the right path, knowing what it is that we need to pursue, even if it means knowing what it is that we have to get away from, what it is we have to close the door on, what it is that we have to end. Lastly, we have the moon in Leo squaring, which again does create some tension and conflict with Uranus, the great awakener, who is in Taurus energy. Now, out of every quote unquote negative aspect, we have the ability to change, to transform. We're being illuminated to the conflict and to the tension so that we can see where in our lives our attention, our energy, our effort is needed the most. Now, this Uranian energy usually provides us with clarity, with a breakthrough, with an aha moment, with an epiphany. But we're in the boxing ring right now because the higher level of intellect that the Uranian energy kind of triggers and activates within us is having a hard time seeing the vision, the goal, the dream that the moon in Leo energy is trying to open us up to. Why is that? Well, because the Leo energy is very attached to our egoic avatar. The Uranian energy that has us more aligned with our higher self and the, let's call it, higher realms of intelligence, really has a hard time getting in alignment with what it is that the ego feels is the best route for us, the best path for us, the best plan for us. So we're going to get in the boxing ring. We're going to understand where it is that some of the dreams, some of the goals, some of the visions that we've been conjuring up over the last couple of days, where that is only serving the ego self. Even if we are operating from the heart and soul of our ego selves, it is only promoting what it is that the ego thinks is best. And again, our higher selves knows way more than our ego selves ever will. So we get into the boxing ring and we have this little bit of a clash between our heart space and our higher self. We're having a little bit of an issue to see what it is that we need to move away from in order to create the space to have the energy, the effort, the motivation, the inspiration to move closer to the new foundation, the new structure, the new system that our higher self needs us to actually put into play before our ego self can actually start tracing those steps. So it's about forming new thought patterns, forming new perspectives, forming new beliefs before the ego is going to be able to actually follow the path, the plan that our heart and soul is asking us to pursue.